Hello, and welcome to Devlog 2. I've dusted off my old camera for this. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better video quality here. And I never introduced myself in the last video, so we'll do it now. Hello, my name is Scott. I am a producer for audio dramas and actual plays, and I am also a game designer. I run this little company where tabletop games and audio dramas meet. And this year we are looking at making audio dramas and card games. This devlog, we're going to be diving into our audio drama, the Kestrel Files, and the coming Interlude Episodes. A quick walk down the process of pre-production and production, which is we are currently in production and almost fully through pre-production. Step one was writing the scripts. I wrote both of these in November. I didn't know if they were going to be produced or not, but they were both ideas that I had bounced around for season 2. Ultimately ended up scrapping them because I couldn't find the right voice for the audio medium for it. It's going to sound a little confusing because one of the episodes is called Voice of Malice, and that's a separate thing. Couldn't find the right delivery engine is, I think, the best way to describe that. In a way that fit the themes and the styles of the Kestrel Files. So then I listened to a little bit of Kill FM, highly recommend it, by the way. And that helped for putting Voice of Malice down on paper and getting it into the script form meant for audio. My Kestrel Network, which is the second interlude episode coming, is followed quickly afterwards as I wrote it down, and is more traditional Kestrel Files episode, but it benefited from my experience writing Voice of Malice. The whole goal of these two scripts is to practice making longer episodes with heavier sound design. And what I mean by that is the initial, the first 2 seasons of Kestrel Files are 5 to 10 minute episodes each, with relatively minimal sound design. There's more sound design in season 2 than there is in season 1, but I still want to experiment with adding even more sound design on top of that. So, plus these 2 scripts, these 2 interlude episodes are 20-minute episodes, roughly, based off of page count, which is a lot more in line with what I'm thinking is going to be like for season 3. So, practicing producing 20-minute episodes, how much work, how much time does that take? So I have a better time frame when it comes to how long production is going to be on season 3. So that's part of the reason why I'm producing them. Reason number 2, or B, as I said, since I called the other one A, is I miss producing episodes. Production is one of my favorite parts of making anything, audio dramas, commercials, whatever, and I miss it. So taking these 2 interludes to finish to completion is part of the fun. So pre-production, after writing it, step 2 was then putting out a casting call for these roles. So back in December is when I put out the casting call. Got those a little bit before Christmas, then vacation and family, and took about 2 weeks. And then first week of January is when I actually casted the projects. Picked up some amazing actors. Ray Witt is starring in Voice of Malice, and it's featuring the voices of W. Keith Timms from Book of Constellations and The Love Talker. It's Saf the Something of the Supernatural Protection Company, and Gravestone Productions native Nick Meyer. I'm super stoked on that cast right there. It's absolutely stacked. My Kestrel Network is featuring Bradley Finley, Devin Bohr, and it's also got the voice of Joseph Rutledge from Wireland Ranch and Gas Station Drugs. Just an incredible cast on both episodes, and I am super excited to get to editing this. As of recording this devlog, the only lines missing are a couple lines from my Kestrel Network, and then Nick's part in Voice of Malice, which should be recorded next week, Tuesday, Monday, one of those 2 days, whichever one is President's Day, which I think is a Monday. Once all the lines for an episode is complete, the next step is the dialogue pass. Due to how my brain works, I can't start editing and preparing sound design until I've got the dialogue edit finished, and I can't start on the dialogue edit until I have all the dialogue ready to go, because I usually will sit down and just want to take the whole day to piece together the dialogue. Mostly this is because the dialogue is what drives the story. Sound design is there to support and boost the story, but it doesn't tell the entire story itself. At moments, sound design can tell the story and take over a little bit, but I think overall the interactions of characters are what drives the medium of an audio story, whether that's told through a narrator or whether it's told through a conversation between two characters. It's that exchange of information from a person telling the story to somebody else. That is what the story is in an audio drama. That's a very loose way of thinking about it, and realistically every project has its own approach that works for it, but in general that's kind of how I feel and kind of how I approach doing audio dramas. So I just went behind a clap. What this means is that my causal network is going to head into dialogue editing first, but Voice of Malice is the priority episode. So once all the dialogue is in for voice, I will be focusing on sound designing that and then working on my causal network second. More updates to come once I finish some dialogue passes. I think that's all for now. If you've got any questions on my process of making audio dramas or just how do you make audio dramas in general, leave a comment in the doobly-doo below or on the side, wherever, socials. I don't know. I'm getting better on social media. Hopefully, I promise. Trying to. I will do my best to answer any and all questions. Catch you on the flip side.